The Galactic Council was a place where the most powerful alien races met. They made important decisions that affected millions of planets across the galaxy. For centuries, they fought wars, made alliances, and controlled trade routes. But there was one race they never took seriously: humans. Humans were newcomers to the galaxy. They came from a small blue planet called Earth, far from the center of the galaxy. Other races saw humans as weak, unimportant, and easy to ignore. They believed humans had nothing to offer and would follow the rules like children. The council called for peace talks. The galaxy was tired of endless wars. Many species wanted peace. Earth was invited to join these talks for the first time in history. This was a big moment for humanity. It was their chance to prove they belonged in the galaxy. Ambassador Reyes was chosen to represent Earth. He was a calm, wise man with years of experience in politics and space diplomacy. He knew this was not just a meeting, it was a test. The council wanted to see if humans could be trusted. On the day of the talks, the council's great hall was full of aliens from many worlds. Tall reptilian leaders, glowing energy beings, insect-like. Commanders and giant rock creatures filled the room. The air was thick with power and history, but among them all, humans felt small and out of place. Reyes stepped forward. He wore a simple uniform, but his eyes showed determination. He spoke clearly and politely. "We come with a message of peace," he said. "Earth wants to end the wars and work together with all species." At first, the council members listened, but soon some started to whisper and laugh quietly. A reptilian leader hissed, "Why should we listen to these humans? They are new. They do not know our ways." An energy being floated forward. "Humans are weak. They will break under pressure. This is just a game for them." The insect-like commander clicked her mandibles and said, "Let them speak, but no one will change because of them." Reyes noticed the disrespect, but did not lose his calm. He continued, "We offer fair terms. No species will be harmed. We want trade, cooperation, and peace." The council ignored his words. Instead, they made jokes and dismissed the humans as foolish. Some leaders even said humans should be forced to obey or be destroyed. One of the council elders, a wise and old creature with many scars, looked deeply at Reyes. He said softly, "You are brave, human, but you do not understand the galaxy's rules." Reyes looked back without fear. "Maybe," he said, "but we understand that peace is better than endless war." The meeting ended without any agreement. The humans were not taken seriously. They were seen as a small threat, a nuisance that would fade away. As Reyes left the hall, he turned to the council. His voice was quiet but firm. "Humanity does not beg. We came for peace. Now, we prepare for war." His words shocked everyone. The room fell silent. No one expected such a strong statement. Some smiled, thinking it was just talk. Others felt a chill in their hearts. Outside the hall, the galaxy continued as usual. Ships flew through space, planets spun silently, and stars burned bright. But a new tension had entered the air. The council had made a mistake. They had pushed humans too far. Back on Earth, news of the talks spread quickly. People watched the broadcast and felt hope and fear. Many believed peace was possible. Others wondered what would happen if humans had to fight. Reyes returned home and prepared his people. He knew the council's mockery was not the end. It was only the beginning of a larger story, a story where humans would show their true strength. The galaxy had ignored humans for too long. Now humans were ready to prove that they were not weak. They were ready to be taken seriously. And so, the first step was done. The peace talks had failed, but something greater was awakening in the shadows of space. The galaxy did not know it yet, but the age of humanity was about to begin. After Ambassador Reyes walked out of the peace talks, the Galactic Council members laughed and talked loudly. They believed humans were bluffing. They thought humans could not fight, so they didn't take the warning seriously. The council hall buzzed with voices. Some alien leaders joked, "They are just newcomers. They don't understand our power." Others said, If they want war, we will crush them easily. But not all were so sure. One old alien commander named Vornak was quiet. He looked deeply worried. Vornak had fought many wars. He knew the signs when a species was pushed too far. He whispered to his closest friends, "Humans are dangerous. Do you remember the Death Worlders? They were peaceful until they were cornered. Then they destroyed everything. I fear humans are the same." Vornak showed the council a secret report. The report told about strange activities near the edge of the galaxy. Human fleets were moving silently through space. Some small planets went dark, no signals, no life. The council members ignored the report. They said, "These must be mistakes. Humans are not ready for war." But Vornak warned, "We should not ignore this. If humans attack, it will be sudden and strong." Days passed. No human ships appeared near the council's borders. The galaxy was quiet, but small worlds kept disappearing. Colonies vanished, without a trace. On the council's communication systems, a strange message appeared. It was short and clear. "You had your chance." No one knew where the message came from. It was in human language. The council tried to track it, but it vanished. Fast like a ghost, fear started to grow in the council. Some members wanted to send a strong fleet to Earth. Others said to try peace again. President Zaltek of the council said, "We must act carefully. Humans are unknown. We cannot guess their power." But time was running out. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans were preparing. They built secret ships and trained soldiers. They knew the galaxy laughed at them. But they did not care. Ambassador Reyes sent a message to the council. It said, "We warned you. Now the game has changed." The council felt the first signs of real fear. The galaxy waited, holding its breath. What would happen next? Would humans really attack, or was there still a chance for peace? No one knew, but one thing was clear. The Galactic Council had made a mistake. They did not take humanity seriously, and that mistake could cost them everything. After the strange message appeared on the Council's systems, everything grew quiet. Too quiet. The Galactic Council's sensors scanned deep space for any signs of human activity, but nothing showed up. No ships, no signals, no movements. It was as if humanity had vanished. This silence made many council members uneasy. Usually, before a big move, there was noise, warships gathering, communications buzzing, planets sending distress calls. But now, only silence. Small alien worlds. On the edges of the galaxy sent reports. Colonies that had been there for years suddenly disappeared. No messages, no alarms. Just empty space. One frightened survivor from a lost colony said, "We saw fast ships, but we couldn't see them well. They came like shadows. Then everything went dark." The council's scientists were puzzled. They could not detect the ICA ships or find any traces of their technology. It was as if humans had found a way to hide completely. Inside the council chambers, tensions rose. "How can they be so quiet?" a reptilian leader growled. "Are they hiding or planning something?" Worse, the council's president, Zaltek, was nervous. He ordered more scans, but the silence stayed. Meanwhile, the council sent a new envoy to Earth. This time, it was a small, fast ship carrying a message, a final offer of peace. But Earth did not answer. The envoy's ship arrived in Earth's orbit but received no reply. Communications were cut off. The human leaders had shut down all contact. Back on Earth, Ambassador Reyes and the military commanders watched the council's ship quietly. Reyes said, "They want peace, but it is too late. We have prepared for what comes next." The council waited and hoped. Some believed that humans were bluffing, hiding their forces but not ready to fight. Others feared they had awakened a force they could not control. In the shadows of space, the silent human fleets gathered strength. They repaired ships, trained crews, and prepared weapons never seen before. No one knew when the silence would break, but when it did, it would be sudden and fierce. The galaxy was on edge. No one wanted the coming war, but the silence before the storm was the loudest warning of all. The silence ended suddenly. Without any warning, the galaxy's outer defenses blinked off. On the edge of the Council's territory, a massive explosion shook space. A human fleet had appeared out of nowhere, attacking the mining stations that controlled vital resources. Council commanders were shocked. "How did they get past our sensors?" one shouted. The human ships moved fast and precise. Their weapons fired with deadly accuracy. The alien defenses were destroyed in minutes. The Council's warships scrambled to respond, but it was too late. The humans had already taken control of several key points in the galaxy. Back on Earth, Ambassador Reyes watched the attack unfold on his screen. His face was calm but serious. "This is the start," he said. "We warned them. Now the galaxy will see what humanity can do." The Council was thrown into chaos. Leaders argued and blamed each other. Some called for immediate retaliation. Others feared that fighting humans could destroy everything. Reyes sent another message to the Council. "You ignored us. Now we control the fight." The human fleet did not stop. They moved quickly from one system to another, cutting off supply lines and disabling communications. The galaxy was changing fast. The Council had lost its advantage. Even the strongest alien fleets could not catch the humans. Their ships were built for speed and surprise. Many planets joined the fight, but it was clear humanity was no longer weak or small. They were a force to be reckoned with, and the Council had no choice but to face the storm they created. The galaxy was burning. After the first strike, humans did not stop. Their ships moved like lightning through space. Every system they attacked fell fast. The Council's fleets tried to regroup, but the damage was too great. Council leaders gathered in emergency meetings. Voices were raised, accusations flew. They blamed each other for ignoring humanity's warning. President Zaltek slammed his fist on the table. "We should have listened. We thought humans were weak, but they are stronger than any of us imagined." But it was too late for regrets. The humans were striking with growing fury. Their ships were not just fast, they were smart. They adapted to every defense and found new ways to break through. Ambassador Reyes led the human forces with calm control. He had spent years preparing for this moment. Every attack was planned carefully. No resources were wasted. "Do not be reckless," Reyes told his commanders. "We fight to win, not to destroy everything. We want the galaxy to see our strength, but we do not want to become what we fight against." Despite his warnings, the human soldiers fought fiercely. Many had lost family in the old wars, and their anger burned like fire. Every battle made them stronger. In one huge fight near a gas giant, a human fleet faced a Council armada 3 times their size. The aliens believed they would crush the humans easily. But the humans used a clever tactic. They sent small, fast ships to distract the enemy while their main fleet attacked from behind. The Council ships were caught off guard. One by one, their ships exploded in bright fire. The human victory shocked the galaxy. News of this battle spread quickly. Planets that had stayed neutral before now wondered if they should join the fight. Some aliens still believed the humans could be stopped. Others feared that the galaxy was changing forever. Back in the Council chambers, the atmosphere was dark. Some leaders wanted peace talks again. Others demanded total war against humanity. But President Zaltek knew the truth. If we continue this war without a plan, we will lose everything. He looked at his advisors. "We need a new strategy, a way to end this before it destroys us all." Meanwhile, on Earth, Reyes prepared a secret message for the galaxy. It was not a threat. It was a promise. "Humanity wants respect," he said. "We want peace, but we will fight if we must. We are not weak. We are here to stay." The message reached the Council, stirring more fear and respect. The war was far from over. The galaxy was now on the edge of a new age, one where humans would no longer be ignored. The rising fury of humanity was a storm that would change everything. The war raged on, but something was changing. For months, the Galactic Council had been fighting hard to stop the humans. but every battle left them weaker. Their fleets were smaller, their spirits lower. In secret, some council leaders began to doubt their own plans. They wondered if the war was a mistake from the start. One of these leaders was Commander Vornak, the old alien who had warned about humanity before. Vornak met with a small group of council members in a hidden room deep inside the council headquarters. "We cannot win by fighting," Vornak said quietly. "Humanity's power is real, but maybe there is another way." They talked late into the night, looking for a way to save the galaxy without total destruction. Meanwhile, on Earth, Ambassador Reyes watched the news from the front lines. He saw the council's confusion and fear. "We have their attention," Reyes said to his commanders. "Now is the time to show what humanity really wants." Reyes sent a message to the council, not a threat this time, but an offer. "We will stop the fighting if you agree to respect humanity's place in the galaxy. We want peace, but on our terms." The council was divided. Some wanted to accept the offer, fearing more losses. Others saw it as a trick, a way for humans to rest before attacking again. President Zaltek called a vote. The decision was close. In the end, the council agreed to meet again for talks, but this time, the atmosphere was different. Ambassador Reyes prepared carefully. He knew this was the turning point. He wanted the galaxy to see that humanity was strong, but also wise. When the council's envoys arrived on Earth, they were surprised. They found a world united, peaceful, but ready. Reyes spoke clearly. "We did not come to conquer. We came to claim respect. The galaxy can be safer if we work together, not fight." The council envoys listened. For the first time, they saw humans not as weak or foolish, but as equals. The war was not over. But the first steps toward peace had begun. The turning point had arrived. The galaxy was watching, and everything could change. After the tense peace talks on Earth, the galaxy waited anxiously. Many were unsure if the peace would last or if the war would start again. But Ambassador Reyes believed this was the moment for change. He stood before the Galactic Council's envoys. "One last time, we fought because we had to," Reyes said. "But now, we must build something better. Humanity does not want to rule by force. We want respect, friendship, and peace." The council envoys looked around at each other. The war had cost so much, lives lost, worlds destroyed, trust broken. But they also saw something new, hope. Slowly, the council began to accept humans as equals. Trade agreements were signed. Joint defense pacts were formed. Human scientists and engineers shared their technology. Alien worlds welcomed new ideas. The galaxy felt the first warmth of friendship after years of cold fear, but not everyone was happy. Some council members whispered, in secret, fearing that humans would become too powerful. They plotted quietly, hoping to regain control through deception. Yet humanity's strength was no longer just in weapons. It was in unity, honesty, and determination. Ambassador Reyes knew there would be challenges ahead, but he was ready. He looked to the stars, knowing the galaxy had changed forever. The age of ignoring humanity was over. A new era had begun, one where humans and aliens could stand side by side, not as enemies, but as allies, and the galaxy was finally at peace. Years passed since the war's first strike. The galaxy was no longer a place of fear and hatred. It had changed, thanks to humanity's courage and the Council's decision to listen. Ambassador. Reyes had become a symbol of hope and unity. His name was known on many worlds, not as a warrior, but as a peacemaker. The humans worked with other species to rebuild planets damaged by war. They shared their technology to help heal the galaxy's wounds. Young humans and aliens trained together in new academies. They learned to understand each other's cultures, languages, and histories. For the first time, many believed that peace was not just a dream, but the legacy of this peace was more than just friendship and cooperation. It was a warning, a reminder, that ignoring others and underestimating their strength could lead to disaster. In quiet corners of the galaxy, old enemies watched carefully. They remembered the fury of humanity and the power of unity. They knew that peace was fragile and must be protected. Ambassador Reyes often spoke at gatherings of leaders and citizens. "Peace is not weakness," he said. "It is the greatest strength we have. We must guard it with courage, respect, and honesty." The Galactic Council had changed too. It was no longer a place of pride and fear, but one of cooperation and fairness. New laws were made to protect all species, big and small. The galaxy was far from perfect. Conflicts still happened, but they were fewer and smaller. Because now, the story of humanity's rise was a lesson for everyone. A lesson that power without respect brings destruction. But power with respect builds a future. The future was bright, and the galaxy was ready.